Oh, Shay Baby.
Shay Baby.
Shay Baby.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Let's talk about Klay. I'm almost waving a white flag. I've argued for Klay Thompson for a couple years now, and I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't care. Remember, he's in my top 5 greatest light-skinned guys of all time, me being the president. You know, Ben Simmons, Drake, they've been kicked out the whip. But I'm going to be honest, man. Did Golden State make the right choice? It's definitely looking like it. First, it was the viral him in the gym with regular people just putting up bricks. I thought he was trolling, Flea. I'm being honest with you. Can you pull that up, Fabian?
Which one exactly? I'm gonna put the keywords in.
Klay Thompson, it looked like he was in the regular gym, like playing rec ball with regular people. And he went like over. It was like playing pickup with people. And he
was in LA Fitness playing pickup.
And didn't score. Like I'm talking about, he might have went 0 for 12. I thought he was trolling, right? And now that you see him in these preseason games, I'm gonna be honest. Now I don't know how much better he makes the Dallas Mavericks. I don't want to say he's washed because I'm the type, Flea, you know, Fabian, I like to down my sword, man. I'm gonna go out, you know, like I said, Titanic. I'm like this. I'm going down with the ship. But wow, man, Klay, you making me look bad out here, bro. I had you in my top 5 greatest shooting guards all the time. It's nowhere in the world I can put you in that right now. It might be arguable, are you top 10? Because now it's to the point where it's like, if Flea, I love what you say. Let's just start taking the rings away. Mm-hmm. Are you better than Reggie Miller, Mitch Richmond? Because listen, man.
All guys that led their teams as the guy.
Right. So, you know, it's like, I don't know how much better he's going to make Dallas. I'm being honest with you. He's nowhere near the defender he used to be. I don't think Dallas is as good as everybody making them out to be. Of course, they got Luke and Kyrie. I don't think what they did last year, that shit is going to work this season. Ja Morant is back. Hopefully, Zion is healthy. The upgrade OKC made. So, it's bad for Klay right now, my brothers. And I'm going to be honest. It's looking like I was totally wrong, which 99.999%, I'm always wrong. But that 1%, that not more under 1%. But Flea, I'm gonna give it to you right now, and I hope I'm wrong. It's looking like Golden State made the right choice, and that shit hurts my heart because I like Klay Thompson, man, and I think Dallas right now, seeing how Klay is looking, they might have took a step backwards, bro.
Yeah, I took a look at them the other night. They was playing the Clippers. I think they was playing the Clippers, and I understand the concerns about Klay Thompson. He just doesn't look comfortable with them yet. But I don't think he'll ever be what he was as a splash brother. He'll never be that again. So I think we got to drop the expectations on what we expect him to be in Dallas. I think Klay needs to focus on strictly becoming a 3-and-D guy, right? Like you spoke on his defense, right? Not being a guy that you throw him on the best opposing play on the opposite team. You can't do that anymore. He's fooled, right? He is moving laterally is not the same as he once was, right? Like, he's just not the same defender, beating guys to angles, shit like that. Like, he's just not the best defender. But he still has a place in this league. Like, if his shot is not falling right now, we're talking about one of the best shooters of all time. His shot's just not falling yet. It's preseason, first couple of games in. I think we are chomping at the bit to watch basketball so bad that we're critiquing preseason basketball to the T. Like, it is preseason. None of this shit counts yet, but we are, like, critiquing it to the T. And at this point, we probably should. Yes. Back in the day, they used to have, like, 8 or 9, close to 10 preseason games. It would be like a whole, back in the day, you used to have like a whole slate of preseason games. Now you get in 3 to 5 tops. And yo, let's get to it. Season is here. So I do understand your concerns. I will pump the brakes a little bit, OG, and let him get comfortable. Let him see where he can fit into that offense. He's with 2 ball dominant guys now. Steph Curry was not a ball dominant guy, and that system that Golden State, ran is not a ball dominant system. This is off topic, but Golden State played LA the other night, and
I watched some of that.
And Steph hit a 3, right? I'll talk to you. The action that they ran to get him open, I should rewound that shit like 3 different times, 4 times, because this shit was beautiful. It was beautiful. How much he does off the basketball without having a rock in his hand, just to be a decoy, get open, and still be a killer shooter. But back to Klay, I just think we need to give him a second. We need to give him a second to figure out how he fits in with 2 guys that need the rock in their hand. So we'll see. Seasons be here in a week, right? Where we at? October 16th? Next week.
Next week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Less than a week, 6 days.
So Klay Thompson's first 8 seasons in the league, he averaged 19.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists, almost a steal a game. He shot 41.9% from 3, basically 42%, 45.9% from the field. That's basically 46%, 42%, and at 19.5 points per game. His last 3 years, which 3 seasons ago, he only played 32 games, but he's played 69 and 77 since. His averages are 43%, 39% at almost 20 points per game. He's shooting better from the free throw line, it seems like. Obviously, just his field goal percentage dropping the way that it has. He's shooting 16 shots a game in the last 3 seasons compared to his first 8. He's shooting the same amount, 16 shots. So the numbers don't tell the whole story, but he looks like he lost a step just on the speed, and he was already kind of like not super fast. I hate to compare him to Larry Bird, but that's like the first guy that comes to mind who's tall and just that's slow-footed guy, but he's just right place, right time, some way, somehow, all the time. And ever since, I think we respect Klay so much because he was supposed to be traded for Kevin Love. And when that didn't go down, that changed the Warriors' history. If they would have got Kevin Love, I think we can all say, like, maybe they win, but I don't know. Kevin Love's not defending like Klay Thompson in the perimeter and covering for Steph Curry. So there's a lot invested as a basketball fan with Klay Thompson, and it's hard for us to come to a conclusion like, bro, you might be a backup at this point, and Golden State may not have been wrong.
But what's wrong? What's wrong with that, though? Let me ask y'all a question. How many guys do we know that have tore their Achilles and tore their ACL and came back playing at the same level they did? Like, are we just not going to act like that didn't happen to him? He didn't have to try to come back from missing damn near 2 seasons? Like, we're not talking about, an elbow injury from OG. We're talking about lower extremities, shit that takes 8 to 12 months rehab. Like, and he did both. Achilles and we were talking. These are career enders in some eyes, right? Are we not going to talk about that? What was the expectation? Let me ask you, OG. What was the real expectation coming back from those kind of injuries?
Well, I mean, to be honest, when he was going through what he was going through with Golden State and struggling for the season, and like I said, I've seen on more than one occasion Draymond Green throwing him under the bus. I just was rooting for Klay, so I felt, I'm not saying Klay should be 100% who he was when Golden State was having that run. But at this point, Klay's not even 75% of that. I was honestly expecting Klay to be at least 85, 90%. His shot is not dropping. He looks slower. And I'm just worried. And I want to ask y'all, and I would love Fabian to go first. Is Klay Thompson a starter for the Dallas Mavericks?
I don't think so. And that's King's Speech brought that up first. The way Quentin Grimes is looking, and we saw flashes of it. He changed his jump shot with JJ Redick rightfully last summer. And now you're in there with Klay Thompson in practice, with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Quentin Grimes is faster. At this point, to me, he's a better defender than Klay Thompson.
I mean, there's no argument there. He's a way better defender right now. Like, it just is. That just is what it is.
And his speed, he looks good right now. You saw that
I watched
hesitation.
I was
dribble to step back three.
Good. He looks good.
So he looked better than we ever looked. Here comes Mel. Y'all overreacting. No, he came back from an injury with Golden State for 2 years. We've seen this. He doesn't have that extra gear. And I think Quentin Grimes is still in his youth. He's still in my youth, Flea. Quentin Grimes could get that gear going, man. He's bouncing back from injuries as well.
He said, "My youth, you want oxtail gravy on your peas and rice?"
Them bitches be so mad to give that extra gravy. They be so mad to give that extra gravy. Flood my shit.
Hey,
flood my shit. I want extra gravy.
You know why I make them mad at? Don't give me them oxtails with all the bone, man. Come on, man. Don't give me them look. Listen, light on the gravy, extra on the oxtails.
They act like this coming out of their check.
Flea.
Extra gravy, please.
You're Jason Kidd. Klay Thompson, Grimes. Opening night. Who's starting?
I don't see why it would be a crime to start Quentin Grimes. Klay Thompson could be one of the best 6 men in the league, right? Just the expectation when you are starting now you're expected to be a part of the unit that starts the game and sets the tone for the game. If you can't be in a position to set the tone because you can't move or I don't know if I could start you. I wouldn't be mad if he started him, but if Jason Kidd wants to start out of the gates playing well, setting the tone defensively like they did last year, I don't see why you don't start Grimes. PJ Washington, guys invested in playing defense. Lively, Gafford. You got a bunch of guys over there that one of Najee Marshall now is a Dallas Maverick. I love that pickup for them.
They spread the floor. Listen, Najee Marshall, another underrated guy.
Want to defend.
Yeah.
Right? So I think I want y'all to ease up on Klay because I think we need to drop the expectations a little bit for him. He's not 25 or 22 a game anymore. He's not 45% from three anymore. If you could get 15 a night from him, that wouldn't be good.
But I'd be shocked if you start the season with Grimes. You start the season with Klay as a start on a bench. They're not doing that. That's a major signing, just for the publicity thing. Jason Kidd and them, it's 82 games. I can see them going, yo, Klay, this ain't working out because of XYZ. Remember, I've been in your spot before. I'm Jason Kidd, one of the best point guards ever. I had to learn how to reinvent my jump shot on this very same team 14 years ago so we could help Dirk win. Right now, you got to help Kyrie, Klay get to the next level. You see the kid coming up, Quentin Grimes. You see like you said, Najee. I forgot about Najee Marshall, Flea.
That's a great. But what you're saying right now, Cook, what you're saying right now is solid. Like if anybody could relate to him changing his role, him coming back to a team, right? Like it's Jason Kidd. It's Jason Kidd all the way.
So Fabian, do you think Klay Thompson can do what Ray Allen did in Boston?
Hold on, Flea. I think that's possible. They just don't have this. That's a different team. Like
Ray Allen in Miami.
Yeah, because he's more like Ray Allen in Miami.
Yes.
Because Ray Allen had that little flush. He still dunked the ball in Miami one time. I was like, what? Ray Allen was still he was still kind of streaky and remember he shot he got like 40 points in the finals game, and the next game he shot like 0 for 20. Ray Allen was very streaky with Boston.
But see the other piece too, right? Ray started changing his body, right? He went into this vegan thing. He started eating different, right? And that was a big thing about Ray. Ray was very vocal about how he changed his body to lean out as he was getting older so that he could continue to run off those screens, be able to catch and shoot, be able to have the endurance to play basketball. Like, y'all know, Klay looks fat. He never looks like in shape, chiseled,
right,
ready to rock and roll. So
I agree.
You know, maybe he needs to change his body a little bit. That's injuries on your knee and your Achilles. Take some of the weight off of it. Lean out.
Before we transition to the next topic, how can I word this? Is Klay Thompson going to be the reason the Dallas Mavericks win the championship?
Well, for you to compare him to Ray Allen, without Ray Allen, Miami and the Celtics do not win.
That's why I'm asking. I'm saying Dallas,
that's quite possible. Same role that you're talking about.
Right.
Remember, he got that in Flea. Maybe he got some doubt in him, right? Maybe Klay got some doubt in him. Maybe it takes Kyrie and Luka to go, yo, bro, you are Klay Thompson. Whatever role you play, remember, you are the guy that hits daggers. You are Game 6 Klay. Legendary.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
Let's not forget any of this.
No
We have all criticism in the world. He has a legend in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, all these guys that are going to be underrated, and we bring them up like, oh, hold on. He saved Steph Curry's ass down 3-1.
Right, when the postseason comes, they step up. Yeah,
that Kyrie is the kind of, especially Kyrie, New Yorker. He got this in him. This shit talking from like us, from his pops, Diedrich, uptown. He gonna tell him, yo, Klay, you Klay. Be ready. That Ray Allen comparison on ball, that's the one right there. He can be a major dagger, especially over Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes ain't never been there before. Him and Kyrie the only guys that have been into the promised land.
You put him in a role that he doesn't have to produce the way he did in Golden State. He's not gonna have to do that. He's not gonna have to do that. If he can hit big shots, if he could be a shot maker, he's one of the best shooters ever. You're not gonna tell me at some point in the season he ain't gonna hit shots. He's gonna hit shots, and that's what they'll need. They don't have a lot of shooting over there. They relied on Tim Hardaway Jr. He couldn't hit the backside of a barn. He couldn't do. Yeah. He wasn't good.
I don't want no smoke with his pops. His pops goes crazy.
Fuck that dude too. Like, fuck out of here. Like,
let's go. Yeah.
These
niggas,
what
are you talking about?
Because Tim Hardaway Sr. don't want to be honest. Your son was trash. Your son wasn't good.
Yo, I just wanted an explanation.
Who owes you an explanation? Because we were teammates. He tried to say that because him and Jason Kidd were teammates on an Olympic team, he owed him. Nigga, shut up.
Yo, do y'all remember the play Tim Hardaway Jr.? He shot like 4 bricks in a row, and it was like the shot clock was still at like 18, 19. They kept getting an offensive rebound, and he kept getting it. And instead of pulling it out, trying to run a play, the shot clock was still more than 19, and he just kept shooting. Yo, he was like 4 bricks in a row, and I'm just like, yo, this dude is a maniac. But hold on, before we get out of here,
and that's what they were relying on was shooting. So now they got Quentin Grimes and Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters ever. They'll be fine in that shooting department, I think.
All I'm gonna say is this, and I seen what Fish said. Nobody's a bigger Klay Thompson fan than me. I've argued with people over Klay Thompson, but I'm gonna just say this, and this may be far-fetched, but we remember Deron Williams. All I'm saying is, I pray Klay don't go down that road to where it just stays downhill. I think Klay, I don't know what's going to happen this season, but we seen the guy go from this to this. I'm a little nervous for Klay, Flea. I understand I'm a panicker. Let's get that out the window. I panic all day. But I'm saying Klay hasn't been looking right the last couple seasons, and like y'all said, not being in shape, the injuries, his shot, he's not knocking it down. Listen, man, I just pray and hope that, he has a great season. But Jason Kidd got a situation on his hands, and depending on how he deals with this, like y'all said, with Grimes and all of that, this can be where you make the right decision, which, remember when Steve Kerr told Iguodala, I need you to come off the bench. This is where J. Kidd, are you going to be able to make those changes to win a championship? Or are you going to let your ego or whatever get in the way and not do what's right for the organization and the team. Dallas Mavericks is on the watch, man. We gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I want to give like my original point. I want to give Klay an opportunity to see what he looks like in the first 10 to 15 games.
Appreciate the comments. 7:30 p.m. Eastern, weekdays, every week.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentarios.
Y suscribe.